I want to take a minute and talk to you about peer groups. If you're unfamiliar with what a peer group is, you ought to look it up. There's a lot of different kinds of peer groups, but I want to tell you a little bit about some of the different kinds and about why you should look at being part of one, especially if you're an entrepreneur that doesn't have a large support staff or support for you what you're trying to do and accomplish. So I happen to belong to Vistage, which is a peer group that has about 20,000 people in it. Our group, my local group that I belong to, has about 12 people in it. It's other CEOs, guys and girls that are really dedicated to their business, but have some unique challenges, and those are challenges that we just can't solve on our own. To give you a couple of examples of what I've experienced, at one time, I had some kind of real issues with my company, and since past that, thank goodness. But what it did is it allowed me to sit down with about 6 or 7 of the 12 that are in the group and really hash out what we needed to do to kind of overcome some of those troubles that we had. So we looked at everything. We looked at our financials. We looked at our expenses, revenue, where revenue was going to come from, everything. It was painful, to be honest with you. It was really painful, but it was absolutely valuable to the immediate and future success of my company. Yesterday, I was at my Vistage meeting, and we talked about, among other things, about one guy that has been in business for a long time, but he's had problems with hiring, and it turned out that that really it was a lot to do with him personally and the way that he viewed employees within his company. But what we were able to do is we were kind of able to go through this whole issue and really dial down and help him understand the troubles that he was having in his organizations and how those troubles really related to him, and what he needed to do to fix it. It was kind of painful. I looked at him when it was my turn to talk to him, and I said, I want to say this to you with love, because I have a lot of respect for you. You've done a lot in business. Truth is, if my family was starving and I needed a job, I wouldn't work for you, because I just couldn't do it, because you're just too much of a hard ass. And he took it in stride and listened, and then he listened to a bunch of us, and finally ultimately kind of came out and said, okay, I think I got some stuff I got to work on. And it was really good. Now, that's kind of what I belong to is kind of an expensive group. It's great, but it's not free, and it's not inexpensive. But you can put together groups of people that are like-minded, people that have similar challenges that you have. The only caution I would have for you is find people that are kind of at or above the level that you're at in business. People that are going to give you honest feedback, not sugar-coated, not trying to sell you things. Well, this is not a networking group. This isn't where you get together with people and you guys exchange leads. This is not what this is about. There's places for that. This is not the place for that. Sometimes it happens, but that's not the reason why you go to this meeting. You go to this meeting to make you a better business owner. But you can put those together. You can find those. You can find some that are really inexpensive. You can create them yourself. But you absolutely need peers that understand what you're doing, because being a business owner, being an entrepreneur is hard. And anybody that tells you anything different, anybody that sells you the bill of goods about how easy it is doing just that. They're selling you a bill of goods. Because anytime you want to grow something and make it really big and really great, it's hard and it's challenging. Excuse me. And there's just a lot to it. A peer group. You can talk about things that you just wouldn't talk about to anybody else. So it's important for you to find your peers, and if you can only find 1 or 2 people that you can get together with regularly, that's fine. That's good enough. But you need to have an agenda. You need to have an outcome. You need to have what it is you're trying to accomplish, and you better be able to come and resolve issues and solve some really hard problems, because that's really what your business is going to ultimately experience, is hard problems, and you need a place to turn to help you solve those. Again, we're still a small group. If you want to bounce things off of me and you want to use me as part of a peer group to kind of to help you get where you need to go, feel free to do that. Reach out to me. You can DM me here. You can send me a message at, let's go with tab.pierce@gmail.com. If you forget that dot and you just do tabpierce@gmail.com, that works too. I got both of those things locked down. Anyway, let me help. Let me know what I can do for you, and feel free to reach out. And hope your business is going great. Thanks.